When I began this battle, my soul was so damn fragile. I was looking at life through a fog. I lost my baby girl and they killed my dog. I was laying on the bottom feeling sad, thinking about doing bad things, raging fucking mad. I couldn't understand why I was chosen. Then it led to my rage and explosion. I am the one who can make this better. It's my job to make things right. I need to pick myself up. It's time for my biggest fight. Wrap your kids in the Bible. Wrap your kids in the flag. CPS is from the devil. Y'all know that it's a fact. I'm a father that went to jail. I cherish my daughter. It was nothing when they come for her and me. There should have been a slaughter. Stand with us. Make parenting great again. Abolish CPS. Ambush with the black SUVs. They come armed, they came for me, and they came for her. Stand with us, make parenting great again, abolish CPS. They took her from me, she's across the state. Gone for a year now, taken away. All these people who have written me off, I'm here to show my face and tell you you're wrong. I never was as good as you, and for the record we know that's not true. I'm not trying for a comparison. How dare you, you're embarrassing. I don't wanna be as good as anyone else. I fight this battle, I fight for myself. I am the one who can make this better. It's my job to make things right. I need to pick myself up. It's time for my biggest fight. I don't care about your judgment, I'm glad you gave us this test. But when your life is over, will your heart sleep quietly in your chest? I've got more life to live. As a matter of fact, it's just beginning. I've been given a challenge and my daughter is waiting. It's a fight I can't walk away from, a new life we are creating. So why you sit there mouth full of hating? Be sure my mind is planning on invading. I've got a war to fight and I'm on. I won't give up, I need to win, this is bigger than you. I don't expect you to understand. I am the one who can start over. It's my job to make things right. I need to pick myself up. It's time for the biggest fight. I won't be left behind. This is the time, I call it mine. Step out of the way unless you wanna play Trump. Stand with us. Make parenting great again. Abolish CPS. There is no time for bickering. The clocks are flickering. Pick up your weapon and join me. If not, go back to ignoring me. I will be on top. Pistol going pop, pop. Money falling from my pockets. You'll still be lying on dockets. So fuck you.
They snatch the light from our homes at night. In shadows make real hearts ignite. We stand as came with force, ripped us apart, no reason, stripping our is loud. Steel drums clash, lightning fills the air. Won't sit silent, breathe despair. Tides turning, we bring the flame. Burn their system, break the game. Stand up, heads high, screaming tonight. Rights ain't paper, they burn but fight. Chains of their greed won't hold us long. Through their lies we'll prove them wrong. Constitution bleeding, pages unfurled. Freedom crushed by their darkened world. We're warriors, we're writing a new creed. No backing down, planting the seed. Stand up, heads high, screaming tonight. Rights ain't paper, they burn but fight. Chains of their greed won't hold us long. Through their lies we'll prove them wrong. Constitution, bleeding pages unfurled. Freedom crushed by their darkened world. We're warriors, we're writing a new creed. No backing down, planting the seed.
All right, everybody, welcome to CPS Victims Hunting Justice. I'm your host, the CPS Punisher,
Constitution bleeding
and tonight
pages
we're going to take a
unfurled.
dive into this
Freedom crushed by their
this human
darkened
trafficking
world.
tie that we have with
Writing a new
CPS, and we're going to
creed.
look
No
at
backing down,
how
planting the
CPS is
seed.
tied to
Constitution, bleeding pages unfurled.
how CPS is tied to human trafficking and what it means. Because this CPS thing is much bigger than them just coming and getting our kids. It's disgusting what they do. It's terrible how they get away with it. But I want to just, I want to really start digging into this stuff and get into the nitty gritty, because we are doing what we're doing and we're showing people the truth, but are we showing it enough? So I'm going to start with this here, guys, and see what you guys think about this.
Haunting me right now is Allie Carter's story and the fact that CPS has been the biggest suppliers of children. When I was in college to become a teacher, I wanted to be a social worker. A month before I graduated college, I put in for an application to be a Child Protective Services investigator. When I got there, there were hundreds of people applying for the same position. I asked for the conservatorship position because I had done a lot of research on different job titles at CPS. Conservatorship reunites families back together. And that is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to remove any children from their home. That's not what I wanted my job title to be. So I asked for that position, and a month later offered it to me. And I was thrilled, beyond thrilled. I thought that I would retire as a CPS conservatorship. I thought that I would reunite so many families back together, but I was wrong. I started out with cases that involved and some kind of like some minor
All right, here we go. I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell is going on. Why like things are doing what they were doing. I do apologize for that. Um, but here we are. We're back here. All right. I don't know if we saw that thing completely, but let's just give this thing a second to wind up here. Yeah, hell is full of a lot of CPS. CPS is where everybody that bad and does things. I mean, do bad things to kids. That's where you're freaking going. Is right there. Damn sure. But we have a lot of this going on in this country, but no one's talking about it. That's the problem. There's nobody talking about what's going on with CPS, what's going on with kids truly, why they're all going away. I know, like it tears me apart to report on this stuff and talk about it like this. But you know what? We all need to do it because of the truth of the matter here. It hurts like hell to talk about. To know that at one point you can be on the other end of this situation. It's very easy to fall right in line with the trap of games and all of that stuff that they yield. But we can't stop, and we can't give in to these people, and we got to let them know that this is let's see what's going on here. Let's get this up here. Let me show you another video here that's really went right through my spine, man. This stuff is crazy. I don't know what they finished saying about Ali Carter. You know, I pull them up and I see the first few minutes of these videos and I decide whether or not we're watching it tonight or not. So I guess I understand, you know, like how other people are doing things, because, you know, it really is, if you can't hold somebody in 3 minutes, so we gotta do that when we're doing these things. Let me see here though. Let's view channel here. And I got these things saved right here on this playlist. Well, let's see here. Play for later. Watch later. There we go. Should be right here. No, I said should be right here. That one's what the hell is going on with these things? You know. Let's see what does it bring me back to here. No, it's not what I want. Let's see. No, that's not it. Hold on, guys. Just bear with me 1 second. We'll get this thing going. Sorry about this. Let's see here. Here we go. Here it is, right here. Traffic miners, counties. Yeah, let's check. This is the only. Now this is the beginning of this stuff. With, if you guys remember this guy, Josh Hawley. I don't know where the hell he went, why he went away. He fell off the scene here. So let's see here. Let's go to this. Boom. Here we go.
Before or after you release them to labor traffickers?
Senator, every child that to our care gets a Know Your presentation, as well as.
Have you read these New York Times reports, these stories, the series of stories the New York Times has done on the children who are in your care? Have you read them?
Yes, I have.
Have you read that children are scrubbing dishes? They are operating heavy machinery. They are delivering meals. They are harvesting coffee. They are working construction. They are working as housekeepers. They are working overnight shifts at plants where they are not paid. They are not going to school. They are not cared for. They are not giving meals. Almost all of it illegally. Are you aware of that? That's a yes or no.
Yes.
Do the Know Your Rights presentation help them in those situations?
Senator, ORR.
That's a yes or no, I think. You're helping these children by releasing them to labor traffickers and, yes, sex traffickers, 85,000 children whom you have no contact with, and your answer is we gave them a presentation before we turned them over to these people who are exploiting them on a scale not seen in this country for 100 years, a century. A century. It's a disgrace in the United States of America. Let me ask you this. You did an audit, I noticed, where you gave yourself a clean bill of health. So just tell me this. Do you require sponsors to document their relationship with the child?
Senator, we have a thorough vetting process.
Do you
in
require
which-
sponsors to document their relationship with the child?
Yes, we go through.
No,
a
you do
process.
not. You do not. Have you read the Senate's Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations reports on your office? There was one in 2016, there was one in 2018, there was one in 2020, there was one in 2022, spanning administrations. What they found is do not require sponsors in their relationship with the child. You release them anyway. What about background checks? Do you require background checks on all adults in the household?
In cases where the child is being released to their parents, we do not require background checks. But Senator, I would.
Do you
really
require
like-
background
that's
checks on
a
all
lie.
household in any case?
Bullshit.
Yes, in some cases do.
What percentage of cases do you do background checks on the adults in the household?
I don't have that number in front of me.
Do you do home visits in all cases? You can actually see where these children are being released, whose care you're putting them in?
We do not do home visits in all cases. Senator, I'd really like the opportunity to talk about what we are doing.
I know what you're doing, and it's incredibly and totally inadequate. And we can read about it in the New York Times. Since you say you've read it, let's talk a little bit about that New York Times report if we could. Here's a quote from the April 17th installment. Again and again, veteran government staffers and outside contractors told HHS, including reports that reached the secretary, that children appeared to be at risk. Did you warn the secretary that children were at risk?
Senator, I'm in regular contact with the secretary. And
Did you that children were at risk?
safety and well-being of children is our top priority.
Did you warn him that children were at risk?
I'm not going to get into the conversations I've had.
You're
with the
here and you're under
secretary.
oath, and this is an oversight hearing. And we need to know what you're doing because you're manifestly not doing your job. Did you warn him that children were at risk? Do you believe that children are at risk? Let's start with that.
Yes.
Okay, did you warn the secretary?
Senator, I'm not going to get into the specifics of my conversation, but I would like the opportunity
Why
to
wouldn't
talk
you
about-
warn the secretary that children were at
I would
risk?
like the opportunity to talk about what we
Let's
are
look at what the
doing.
secretary said to you. The other one, James. Yeah, that one. At least 5 HHS staff members said they were pushed out after raising concerns about child safety. Mr. Becerra, the secretary, told the ORR director, that's you, right, that if she could not increase the number of discharges, he would find someone who could. And then he went on to say that if Henry Ford had run his plants like this, he would never have become famous and rich. This is not the way you do an assembly line. Get the kids out, run them through, get them out to those sponsors, those traffickers. Why didn't you resign when he said this? Do you think that this is morally acceptable?
Senator, I joined ORR in September of 2022. I believe that was reported prior to my arrival, but I cannot speak
This is from
to-
an article this year.
I can't speak to what the secretary,
Do you think that this is acceptable to run ORR like an assembly line and to release these children
I
to
can assure you, we
traffickers?
do not run ORR like an assembly line. The safety and well-being of children is our top concern, and by
Plainly
statute-
not. Plainly, it is not your top concern because you have managed to lose 85, and the Times knows where they are, or 2/3 of them, and they're with labor traffickers. It's unbelievable. Let me just ask you this. How many kids right now, of the 430,000 approximately, unaccompanied children have crossed the border under this administration? It's an astounding number. How many are you in regular contact with right now?
Senator, we have a number of different providers across the country. who
But what's the
provide
number? What's the
different-
number? How many of you, are you in, you said child welfare is your top concern. What's the number?
I don't have the specific numbers.
How can you not know? Why
Because-
would you come to this hearing and not know?
Respectfully, if you would like us to provide comprehensive case management to children after they're released from our care, so we can report. them
Respectfully,
back-
I would like you to do your job and not release children to human traffickers. Respectfully, that's what I would like. I'd like you not facilitate the largest child trafficking ring in American history. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
What the fuck? Whew. Well, there was some heat right there with Josh Hawley, man, and that's true life right there. This guy's really asking these questions to these people, but you don't see any. I'm checking it right now, Sam. You don't see any media coverage on that. You don't see anybody looking for more answers to that. Now, what disappoints me about that is they then go from there to going on to about that they're missing 85,000 kids. Well, man, we're in the United States, and we lose that all the time here. I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of kids each year are MIA that we don't have a freaking clue about. I mean, the number is ginormous because this just doesn't stop either. It's not like one group of kids come through and then it's over. I mean, this thing is constantly, on you. It's just insane. And I can't believe that no one picks this thing up yet. I can't believe that no one's out there saying things. I can't believe that no one's out there trying to promote more of this. Like, we need to start getting the education out there to these people because, listen, they're running out of kids to take from these lower classes. It's only a matter of it up. That's all I'm saying. They're running up. They're going to be running up the hill, and the monster's ready to eat, and it's going to be the middle class people. So you guys better be ready. You people that are in the middle class that think that you're safe from this stuff, you're not. You're not safe at all because of this machine that's coming, known as CPS. And they need to keep the economy rolling. They need to keep their bonuses and all this stuff going. They need to keep their checks going. They got a lot to do, so there's still a lot of kids out there that they got to take. Unfortunately, that's the truth of the matter. And until anybody gets up there and does just like Josh Hawley does, but doing it in unison with other people, then it's not going to make a freaking difference. It's not going to make a difference at all. They're just going to keep stealing kids. People just keep rolling over, being like, oh well, whatever. Let's see here. All right, this is from our good friend Sam. She wanted me to. This is awesome, Sam. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Where it stops, nobody knows. Here we go. This is some really good stuff right here, guys. Replace stop screen sharing. Then we'll go to this button here. We'll screen share. Okay. And we'll go watch what this says. Let's see here. All right, let's try this out. All right. Come on. Did you guys hear that? Did you hear what she just said here? I think it was right back here. It's just. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Let me play one more time here for you guys. Predetermined from their caseworkers, from their that's just disgusting. Let's see. Let's see here. We'll go back to the email here, Sam, that you just sent me here.
No, mine's at my other
Let's see here. Let me do this. All right. And then we're going to watch this one here. All right. Oh. Weird. Sam. All right, here we go. Let's take a look here. Is this one different or is it the same one?
It's their job to actually get the facts about what's going on, why the case was called, who, what, when, where, why, basically. So then before we leave y'all's houses, we are to call our supervisors and let them know, basically giving them updates on the report that came. in and what we found out after speaking with the parents or the family, depending on what type of case came in. From there, they'll give us directives. Now, the supervisor I was under, she swore up and down she had been with CPS forever, but she never gave very clear directives, and she often gave wrong directives. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I was always overstepping my bounds because I found myself fighting actually for the families because there was a lot of injustice that was going on from somebody that's sitting behind a desk that's making decisions on these people's lives.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's it. Someone with just a badge and a freaking, some of them don't even have their college degrees. Some of them don't even have the skills or the mindset that they need to even be that. I mean, you have a girl that's hungover coming into a job, right? She's hungover. She's been doing drugs, all the night before, probably all raped up on Adderall or something like that. She's coming in, and because she's pissed off that her boyfriend slept with your friend last night, and she's making the decision for you to lose your child. Like that's really that's the bottom line of what's happening there. These people are handed a God freaking complex card. I mean, they're allowed to play God. They're allowed to do this, under no supervision or minimal at that. I know in our case, it was a brand new caseworker, and she was getting supervised. She was the one doing the supervising. It was disgusting. It was sick. It really just makes you think and wonder what the hell is going on with this. The number one cherished thing in our country is our children. I mean, look at the way the animals are treated. Look at the way the animals treat their young. I mean, a chickadee would peck your eyes out if you went up to its nest and try to take in those eggs. But yet we as people, we just go ahead and hand CPS agent that has a dress on and a little card that says CPS worker. We go ahead and hand them our children. No, we make it so easy for them. It's too easy for these CPS workers. Come in, get a. I agree, Sam. That is great. Thank you for that, Sam. I will put it on every day. Yeah. So, like this is just absolutely insane, and we've got to do something about it. Something more than what we're already doing, and I don't know what that is. I mean, if you guys have some suggestions, I'm all open ears to it, but we need to act on this stuff. We need to stop talking about it. We need to start making this thing a more channeled and focused effort. That way people are not allowing CPS to get the money to get the kids. You got Title IV-E funding, you have the ASFA, you have all of these things that give federal funds matched dollar for dollar, but not even dollar for dollar. It's extenuating amounts. Like Title IV-E will give like 4 or 5, depending on the situation, 4 or 5 to $6 per dollar that the federal government is allowing them to have, depending on the situation. You have kids, you have a tier system in Child Protective Services that allots X amount of dollars for each type of kid that you have in the system, whether they're, they have been abused or they, come from a broken family, or right up to medical needs and wants and things like that. They get rated on, and then that's what decides that categorizes them, and they're just the decision is made to bring them, into CPS or send them back home. And that's just, that's where they get to make these decisions based off of. A 20-minute interview with some sort of a professional that thinks that they're professional? No way. No freaking way. It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Go look at the number of people. Look at the chain of command in your state's DHS. Number one, and the states are balancing their budgets from stealing these kids. They're modeling these kids out like they're runway models when they're trying to increase the amount of kids that they're trafficking. Watch this. I'm going to show you guys this. Watch this. CPS magazine insurance tips. Let's see here. Oop. Let's see here. Let's see. Where is it? Photos show. Yeah, that's that. Oh shit! Sorry guys, you guys don't have this on there. Sorry about that.
And that children
Servers
should
over
always
here.
fight for all fathers and families that have had their lives destroyed through nothing but hearsay and lies. I want to stand up for all the families that suffer in silence while their children are trafficked into a foster hell they can never leave. I want to tell the government and our legislators that they should stand up for our people and advocate family first, that our children belong in our families, and that families have more rights to their children than governments do, and that children should go to next of kin if they are to be removed for an emergency. Our children were removed without an emergency. We got them back, and we've defeated CPS and DSS many times now, and we will continue to do so because the facts won't change. I am a good man. What I'm trying to do
All right,
is
we need to
fight
get a
for
hold of
all
him. This for sure. I'm gonna
fathers and
subscribe to him.
families
We
that have
definitely
had
want to
their
get a hold of
lives
this dude.
destroyed through nothing but hearsay and lies.
Let's see what he's got to
A
offer.
smart
for
woman
us.
can make a poor man.
Because it seems like he's. Let's see.
Did you know that in 90 seconds, AI can build you a professional website?
I'm trying to see where we are here. All right, let's see. Let's see. Worst parents' nightmare. What I'm trying to show you guys is I'm trying to show you guys these magazines. There's our girl Danielle right there. Perfect. Let's see, we'll call it CPS Fashion Show. How about that? Let's see, CPS Fashion Show. Because what they're doing is they put your kids in these fashion shows, and they're literally bringing them out and showing them like they're like at a real runway, and they're trying to raffle off your kids. It's disgusting, and this is what they're doing. They're putting them in magazines, things like that. It's just absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting that they're getting away with this stuff. And why? Because nobody is standing up to them. Let's see. Let's see. Child Protector. Fashion show. Try that. Here. Watch this, guys. This is. Let's see. Here we are. Let's see. All right, sorry about this, guys. I thought this was going to come right up, but it's not. So, services. Let's move along with that. Let's see, services. She should try that. There we go. Let's see. Salad biscuit. Let's see what this is here. I see this one keep popping up. Let's see.
Perfect. So my name's Sean. We got another report. So I got to see the children.
What's the report this time?
So the report that I have concerns Potential alcohol abuse by your husband?
My husband doesn't drink. He's
Okay.
been sober for almost a year.
Okay. I'm not here to accuse anyone of
I
anything.
understand. I'm listening to the report.
Yeah, I'm just here to do my job. Potential alcohol abuse. There's mention of previous domestic violence.
Which is documented.
But
No domestic violence currently.
Nothing current. And then just some concerns for the children being left home alone.
And my children are never home alone. So you just want to see them.
Correct.
Okay. I'll bring them outside. Wood don't want to let him see the kids, but I'm gonna let him see the kids. Let's see what's gonna be next. So basically what we're doing is letting him take pictures of all of our kids. It's just like so aggravated when it comes to this. So annoying, like constant.
Yeah. Just sitting there. You don't have to, don't unless they have a warrant, man, don't show them anything. Show them inside there too. Don't ever bring them outside. Don't let CPS get their hands on your kid. They get hands on your kids. If they get their hands on your kids, you're done. That's the case. Wow, I just seen this here. Let's take a look at this. This is saying that she's not missing. That's great if this is true.
My mom's right here. Hold on. There she is.
Let's see, she's still alive, so that's good.
All right, we don't have long again, so thank you for screen recording this. So I'm gonna, if you are a 90 that has been following us for a while, if you can help some people who are trying to catch up. There's so many rumors, AI is getting out of control. There's so many people muddying the message of the truth, not just for us, but about the children. So if you can help us with the information, if you know the real information, we appreciate you, and we know where the real ones are. So we ain't gotta get into all that. Hi, we alive. So that rumor could go out the window. I'm not missing. I'm missing to the people who are on social media. There are 44 people who know where we are every day at every single second. God forbid we take our last breath. They know where we're these phones. In a matter of time, all hell will break loose. You will know if we are dead. Trust me. Trust me. People won't sit quiet. Will you?
No.
So many other heroes will tell you they won't. You'll know where the real ones are. You'll know where the insurance holders are. Nobody's gonna hold on to a dead man switch if we're not here anymore. Okay, so let's talk for a second. I'm gonna shut comments off because I need you to stay with me. Okay, and then I'll turn them back on in just a second. Somebody told me I know. Okay, I do have glasses. I know I can't see, but we were just moving and I got all kind of dirt all over me, so it was just not a good idea right now. It's just been raining. Okay, a small place in the middle of the desert. That place, there was a sign down the street that said something about an adult dance class. I walked in,
Now here we go,
and they
guys.
asked
Here we
me
go.
to
Right here.
stay and help.
Talking about. This is what I was just talking about.
You don't understand what people do.
Video.
Have you seen that picture of there's like a little baby on the floor? I'll post it. I will probably get blocked on here again if I put it on my story. But I know you guys have seen this picture. There's a picture of a baby. They got a picture of a bunch of kids tied to a wall. That's actually an auction. They're tied to a wall, and they're hanging on the wall.
I'm gonna make this bigger.
That's another form of an auction. Some auctions are very pretty. Some you get to stand. Some you got to be naked. I had some really weird auctions. Some you're tied to a wall like produce or like retail, and basically like you're picking a T-shirt or you're picking clothes. Buyers come through wherever you're at, wherever they put you, and they literally like, okay, there's a white kid, there's a black kid, there's an Indian kid, there's a girl, there's a guy. They check how big your dick is. They check how much space your vagina has. They check your teeth. They check your anal cavity. They check everything. They have a taste. They walk into a room and they have basically like how you have, if you walk into a car lot and you're like, can I turn on the car? Can I sit in the car? Can I open the door? Can I sit in the seat? That's literally what's going on in an auction. For children, for 6-year-olds, for 7-year-olds. They walk into an auction and they will say like, I will buy for a test sample of 2 fingers. I will buy for a test sample of a full hand. And they literally get to walk up to a 6-year-old and shove their hand up their cooch. That is what we're talking about. You have people, there's a picture of a baby, like maybe 5-6 years old. It's a little baby boy, and he has like a leash around his neck, and they're walking him around, and he's butt naked and he's on the floor. Okay. I know everybody has seen this picture before. The thing with that's also a test. Somebody will shit on the floor. Somebody will piss on the floor. A guy will come on the floor. A female will, masturbate and squirt on the floor, and they will bring in a child to walk through that, to play in it, to lay in it, to put on their body, to lick it, to see if they can walk around and act like a dog, to lick their shoe, to see how well their gag reflexes are. It's a gag reflex check. So if they come in and they're feeling horny and somebody starts jacking off on the floor and they bring in a child, they're going to check for that child's gag reflex by putting them in the middle of that and seeing if they throw up. That's what we're.
That's it, guys. That's the reality of this shit. That's what they're doing. And these people are coming from CPS. That's what they're doing. They're coming from CPS and allowing this stuff to happen. It's scary business. It's no joke. It's very, very scary business. We're seeing, yeah, I'm down with that, Rickster. I'm down. Definitely get your wife on here. You know how to get in touch with me. CPSV Hunting Justice. CPSV Hunting Justice is how you get in touch with me at gmail.com. I would definitely be interested in I'd love to hear the story. Absolutely. CPSV Hunting Justice right there at Gmail. So get in touch with me there. Yeah. Dwight Mitchell. Yeah. Sam, do you know where Dwight Mitchell went? And look, I didn't want to gross anybody out by this stuff. But what I'm saying is that this stuff is evil, evil, evil business. And it's not just kidnapping and putting your kids into a safe home and this stuff. This world is getting sicker and sicker. And what they're doing to these kids is getting worse and worse. And we've got to realize that this is the truth of the matter. I mean, the United Nations comes out and it says that 75% of the kids that they rescue from human trafficking come from Child Protective Services. You've got to realize that what's going on in there is dirty business. You know, you got to wonder why the United States is the only country that didn't sign that the child abuse and prevention laws that everybody in the whole United Nation agreed with, except for the United States. Like, you got to wonder these things. Why are they doing that? Because they know that they can't abide by it with the business and the industry they're in. You know, the CPS is a way darker agency than we're even giving it credit for, and we need to start giving them credit, or we're just going to keep feeding that beast. That's all we're going to do. That's all we will do is just feed that beast, and until, I don't know, until the end of time, I guess, because this has been going on for a long time. But it's time for this thing to stop. There's enough of us out there in this movement that we can make a difference. And I think it's time that the people that haven't spoke out need to come out and start assisting us with this stuff so that they can speak out too, and we can get our kids home. Like, we have a lot of people that are working on a lot of things right now that are going to be worthwhile, and hopefully we'll be able to finally push our way through the courts and be heard. But if we can't, at least it's good information and knowledge that we've been working on for years. So let's really just start. Let's really start focusing on taking this thing down and getting our kids back and living again in a family type life. Make sure you guys check out Gunner's wife Sharon's show, bringing from ashes to ashes to beauty, or beauty to ashes, on Monday nights. Because she's out there trying to tell you how to fix your life, get your life back to normal, or as normal as you can be. Sam, we're trying to get in here too. She's trying to get in here, and she's trying to get in here so that she can help parents. I know that she helps parents all the time, but we need to get her on the show, because, guys, this is a real huge undertaking to get your kids back, because we've all been mentally scarred too. We've all been beaten down. We've been made to believe that we're no good. We're not even good enough to be a parent, which comes naturally. God gave us that right to do. He gave us that he gave us the parts we needed to be like him, to be a creator. Becoming a parent should be natural. Now CPS is here to take our babies and take away what God gave us as a natural gift that we were already able to do. Rickster 67, please get in touch with me. We can help tell how to fight CPS and things you can do to cause CPS to make the mistakes and reveal hidden information. Yes, please, Rickster, get in touch with me. Again, like I just showed you, it is CPSV Hunting Justice at gmail.com. CPSV Hunting Justice at gmail.com. That's going across the bottom of the floor here. I mean, the bottom of the ticker. If you missed it. Guys, let's just get this right. Let's do the right thing, and let's get our kids home, because there's no reason on earth that any child should ever have to go through what they're going through out there. And you know what? If we don't realize that our job at this point, or our position at this point, is, we had to get rid of our children to make sure to ensure that this never happens to another one. If that's what it means to cross the unselfishness, then that's what it means. I'll never stop fighting for my daughter ever, and she is my first and foremost that I'll fight for. But everybody else, this is our fight, and this is our fight together, and we will fight for everybody's children. I promise you this. So hold on, guys, because this thing's getting ready to come undone here. I promise you that. Between everybody that's around, if we can just get everybody to unify and unite under one cause, it would be amazing. That's the way that we would be able to show these people that we mean business, and that we aren't just a little tiny hoorah freaking organization. You're talking millions and millions and millions of people in the United States have been affected by CPS in one way or the other. So that being said, I'm the CPS Punisher, and I'm out here. Have a good night, everybody. So fucking cool.
Let's go. World getting crazy, baby, chill. Don't medicate, just meditate. You waking up now, baby, you hella late. Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate. Find you in a hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate. Separate, segregate, don't celebrate.
Let's start it over to you. This is a good version.
For heaven's sake, violence that they demonstrate. Let's go. The world getting crazy, baby, chill. Don't medicate, just meditate. You waking up now, baby, you hella late. Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate. Find your inner hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate. Separate, segregate, don't celebrate. Quite yet the storm is coming, cue for heaven's sake. Violence that they demonstrate, instigate and penetrate the values of our country and our God is what they desecrate. My fighters ain't no featherweight, pulling out the seams of the fabric that they fabricate. They feed us lies, manipulate, intimidate, do fear and force, forcing us to sit and wait till we come together, congregate, then we liberate. Praying that you give me strength to find some love amongst the hate. Marching on the streets of blood till I see the golden gates. Troubadour, troubled souls, one of God's servants. Blades out, cut the grass till we see the serpent.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show, it stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
I know the truth is hard to swallow, just digest it. Suspected something's going on, chosen just neglected, deflected by some breaking news. Oh, we just accepted, expected just to fall in line and follow their perspective. Don't question their objective, but I got a lot of questions. How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected. So I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and domestic. Refuse to be directed, lying out of sheep. Only kneel to my God, so I'm dying on my feet. Silence when we speak, but there's violence in the street. I've been rolling with the punches, I can't take it on the cheap. Drink from a glass half full, I'm optimistic. People are sadistic, so vicious and malicious. Praying for assistance to overcome opposition. No, I'm gonna start resisting and then I pray for forgiveness.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show, it stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally, God, we need you now. We need you now. We need you now. One day, one day, one day, I hope you see the truth. This puppet show, it stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the we need you now.
The storm is coming, feel the thunder crash. We're tired of the silence, time to make a splash. Battle flag is waving high above the fray. The fight begins right here today. Raise the flag, we won't back down. With hearts of fire, we'll take this town. United voices, loud and clear. The Punisher's call, you've gotta hear.
I'm, just your average parent trying to do right by my kids. Never thought I'd have to, deal with something like this. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon. The kids' toys were scattered everywhere. Then there was a knock at the door. My heart sank when I saw who it was.
Hello, I'm from Child Protective Services. We've received a report and need to inspect your home.
I didn't know what to do. They wanted to come in, look around, talk to my kids. My hands were shaking. I felt like I was doing something wrong even though I knew I wasn't. But then, I remembered something I'd read online about knowing your rights. I took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, but unless you have a warrant, I can't let you in." The CPS worker looked surprised. They weren't used to parents knowing their rights. It wasn't easy, but I stood my ground. I protected my family's privacy that day. Remember, when CPS knocks, know your rights. It can make all the difference.